Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode es número dos.
Ooh.
That's episode number 2 to the layman.
I just did I did a bad thing there, Meaty. You didn't see it, but I did a reverse piece, but in the UK it means a little something different.
Yeah,
I apologize.
That means bad.
I know.
That's
my
bad.
My bad.
You used to do that all the time.
I know. I was like peace.
Yeah.
You know, I did one of those things, but I was actually doing the other
innocent,
thing.
You guys. He played innocent. He's like,
whatever.
Oh, does that mean something bad?
Guns,
Oops.
you should not do that. You should not do that.
So this is episode number 2 of the You Always Win podcast, where we talk about things that are interesting to us and hopefully interesting to you guys.
Yeah. You know, and we try and find stuff that's gaming related, but sometimes there's things that's happening in real life that I know, or at least we think we know that you're going to be able to relate to. The first thing we're going to talk about, I think we only have one gaming thing we're really going to talk about, and that's backwards compatibility. Because I think we were talking about cross gameplay, which is really just heated up for whatever reason. Well, not for whatever reason, we kind of know the reasons. But anyway, we're going to talk about backward compatibility. We're also going to talk about Chick-fil-A. I'll explain why we're going to talk about that. And Facebook, the giant loss, the historically bad loss that they took. But, you know, let's start off with some backward compatibility, some video game talk. So,
yes, sir.
I don't know. I know for you, Meaty, you try and stay away out of the drama and stuff like that, especially Twitter, which we're going to talk about and why you kind of do. But
yeah, it's gonna come out today, so you guys need to stick around. You're gonna hear some stuff from me, and opinions that I don't ever
on social media. Yeah, exactly. You generally never talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
So, the backward compatibility thing, though, so people are heated up because why isn't PlayStation 4? They don't support backward compatibility. Xbox does. Xbox One supports Xbox 360 games. Xbox 360 supported some Xbox games. And we're going, because we're on the cusp, like we've already talked about, next year we might hear announcements of the PS5 and the next Xbox coming out. We're talking, people are talking about backwards compatibility, being able to play the PS3 games on your PS4, and then when the PS5 comes out, playing both. So people are like, you should really be able to do this. It's not right. People are really getting heated up. But here, I'm going to start with my opinion, and you can interject at any time, Meaty. But okay. I see this as another marketing ploy, yet again, by Microsoft trying to get whatever attention they can, positive attention for their console. It's another thing that Sony's not doing. Microsoft has sort of embraced, but Sony's never done it. Not with the PS1, not with the PlayStation 2, not with the 3, not the 4, and they're not going to do it likely with the 5. They do have now, but I think this whole thing is just another marketing propaganda tool used by Microsoft, and of course, the sheeple that follow were like, yeah, Microsoft, why don't you do that, Sony? And then people in Sony are like, yeah, why aren't they doing that? My personal opinion, I don't, generally for nostalgia, sometimes I'll play something old, but I don't want to play old games. I want to play the new ones. I want to see the better games, see how things progress,
Right.
But
and you still have your existing console too, right?
Yeah, you want to play the old games. Keep it, treat your console with respect.
Yeah.
Don't pour soda on it or whatever, Keep it. I'm playing the same original, my buddy's PlayStation 2 at his cottage. The original PlayStation 2 when it first came out, and it's still working just fine.
Square looking one,
box thing, with DVD. You're like, whoa, it's an all-in-one.
It's weird. It's really square, kind of like an Xbox.
Don't do that.
Kidding.
I'm not. You're gonna get people geared up. But
look, I got 2 opinions on this. Very simple. Here's my opinion on backward compatibility as it relates to PlayStation. Yeah. PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 was not like Xbox 360 to Xbox One.
What do you mean?
PlayStation 3, PlayStation went out on a limb to do this unique technology back in the day.
Yeah, the cell processor. I remember that.
The cell processor, which was not kind of like a PC-based system. Yeah. So when gaming companies had to write games, they had to write them differently for PlayStation.
Oh, that's right. They hated it.
Yeah,
they said they
hated it because they had to write it different for PC. Xbox and PC were kind of the same, and PlayStation was totally different. So it cost a lot of money, effort, time, all that stuff. So to say backward compatibility to go from PlayStation 4 back to 3 is almost inconceivable. Yeah. It's almost like some games can because of the way it was written and when it was written. Yeah. So I think that there's a bit more on the technology side
Yeah.
that prevents that.
Yeah, no, you could be right. You could be right on that, for sure.
And the other thing is that from a business point of view, if I was a businessman, which
you
I am,
own, you own Sony.
I own Sony.
Yeah.
I say, listen, we just did all this R&D, research and development, to move our whole mindset over to a platform that's on a level playing field with Xbox and with PC.
Yeah.
So now when the game developers write, we're all in the same ballpark now.
Yeah.
Okay?
They did mention that too. They said, okay, we're going to make it more PC so that it's much easier. Not for Microsoft. They didn't do anything for them. It was for the developers to make it easy on them.
Exactly. So that being said, if I'm a businessman that owns Sony, I say, I want you guys to buy a new console because that's what business is about. It's I make a product, I want to sell my product to you. And if I make things, I want you to buy my new console, right? I want you to buy my new console and play these new games. You have your other console to play your old games, right?
Right.
So to drive you to also want to play the new games that are coming out, you know, that's why you want to get this new console. So what if the new console comes out, PlayStation 4 came out, and people started buying them, but then someone new into the gaming scene comes on, right? And they say, well, I want to play all these games over here. I like this list of games over here looks really good. They were still selling and making very good money on PlayStation 3. After PlayStation 4 came out, they cut the price down to like $150.
Right.
So if you make it all on this new console, basically your last 10 years of all that research and development, all the sales,
it just
all
ends.
of that,
it's just done.
It just ends. Your long tail
No, that's
ends.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Now, I'm a savvy business person. But that's what I would do. Look, you got to understand that it's not criminal to want to be successful and make money. Okay. Now, some people do criminal things, and you know, everything has some twisted people. But realistically, from a business point of view, in their particular situation, okay, because they came from the cell processor to the new one,
PC
which is more like everyone else, the architecture now is based on a PC type platform. Then I think that they're doing exactly what they need to do. Now, that all being said, if they were sucking smoke in sales on PlayStation 4, they might do some things and throw it out there saying, well, we're the only ones doing X, Y, and Z. Why isn't everybody else doing it? Well, they're not doing it because they're kicking your butt in sales. But because that didn't happen, the shoe is on the other foot.
But here's the other thing, though. So, okay, so it won't play the discs. On the Xbox One, they embrace that backwards compatibility, right? So they're like, play the Xbox 360 games. Xbox 360, play the Xbox games. No problem. Again, like you said, that cell processor kind of prohibits them be able to. They can't just throw it in there. It's a completely different infrastructure. But what Sony does, and no one's mentioning this, and maybe some people don't like it because it is dependent, I get it, and it's additional money, and you've already paid for all these PlayStation 3 games. But what Sony did was allowed all these greatest hits from PlayStation 2 up to PlayStation 3 on the PlayStation Now program, which I have, and I play those games. I'm playing Uncharted right now. They have 650 titles. 650, all the greatest hits. Xbox has a similar service, and they have around 100 or just under 100. They have 1/6 the amount. So those backward titles, you know what it would be nice to see is if you own the disc, like maybe somehow it's impossible at this point. They're not going to do it, but they're like, listen, we'll let you stream it. You don't actually have to pay for it, but you can stream it on there because you have the disc. You know, somehow the system could recognize it.
That's the beauty today of digital downloads. So digital downloads basically future-proof you. So let's say 10 years from now that you're in the same situation. You're like, well, I own Call of Duty 16 already. You know? I own Call of Duty 16 already. And now that I can stream it to this new PlayStation 50... they know that you own it because you have a digital copy of it, not a hard disk.
It's
so
recorded.
Digital downloads, it was actually future-proofing a lot of that stuff.
And you know what? I'm going to say this before anyone else says it, complains about it. The PlayStation Now service, because it's pure streaming, it's not like Steam where you download like a temporary hard copy of it onto your hard drive, which you can eliminate and uninstall and uninstall at any time
like
that you want.
Like it runs out of your RAM or something.
But this one is strictly streamable. And I'll say, and I've got like 1 gig down and like 100 up or something stupid.
You have very good internet.
Yeah, and there's obviously other factors, not just the speed, but I get issues as well. But it should be good enough to play it without any problems. And I get stutter on it as well. Like there are moments when it's lagging, and that's the PlayStation Network. So it's not quite there. But here's a thought. Just because PlayStation hasn't done it yet, you brought up, and I didn't even think about this, you brought up the PlayStation 3, the cell processor, which was crazy, which is why they charged $600 when they first came out.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous technology.
Yeah.
But this one is more in line with PCs, more in line with Microsoft and everything like that. Who's to say that they don't, if they keep the similar architecture, that maybe, I'm not saying that they will, but maybe
next
the PS5 could be like that.
But that was kind of my point. Next generation, oh, by the way, everyone, the cell processor was a failure.
Yeah.
All of that R&D and tech, and we're going to kick the industry's butt with this special thing.
It was overkill.
It actually failed.
Yeah. They use it in supercomputers, actually. IBM used it in supercomputers, but it was
failed
overkill.
To do what they wanted it to do. It was overkill for what was going on, and the end result was no different, but it put them in a whole different arena out of the architecture that everybody else was. So it wasn't like that it turned out to be a good thing. One other thing I want to talk about, because it might come off as Sony fanboyism, but the funny thing was also the PlayStation 3 was a Blu-ray player, and the PlayStation 4 isn't.
Oh, yeah,
The Xbox 360 wasn't, and the Xbox One is.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that the PlayStation 4 doesn't play Blu-rays?
It's not a Blu-ray player.
I didn't even know that.
No, from day one, that was a big argument, right?
Dude, I don't even know. I've never tried to watch. I only stream. Like, I watch
I play
movies,
my Blu-rays off my PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing.
No, that was the big deal. It's not a Blu-ray player. And then Microsoft jumped on that and said, well, we're putting a Blu-ray player in ours, but again, let's go back to that other meaty, the business. Are you sure?
Because the games are big. Are you sure it's not a Blu-ray? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. This is where I'm talking. I'm
I don't even know.
Memories from over 3 years ago, but I'm pretty sure that was a big topic that PlayStation did not put a Blu-ray player in the PS4. And
why
Xbox
wouldn't they though? It's
did.
their patent.
Well, here's the funny thing. We're going to step back over to businessman meaty and say. Sony actually created Blu-ray technology. They own the patent. Yeah. So anyone who uses Blu-ray pays them a royalty. Yeah. So every Xbox sold pays Sony.
Yeah, they get a little bit, but that only works for so long, I think, and then the copyright doesn't.
It's just in the big picture.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
And one last thing. Oh, sorry, you're not done.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I feel like you can't, some days like today, you can't really have an opinion because you get treated as a fanboy.
Yeah.
I make no qualms. I only play on the PlayStation. I have no reference to the Xbox. I owned an Xbox. I gave it away. I own a Slim because I'm a YouTuber. I just don't play it. I don't even play the PlayStation that much. I play mostly on PC because it's more convenient to do what I need to do.
Yeah, right? Yeah, for YouTube. As a YouTuber and everything like that.
But I do like to stir up a little bit of controversy with this. I'm fine with you. If you think that it's fanboyism, that's okay. But no one's entitled.
You got an opinion, we got an opinion. We don't think that we're, on our side, based on our information and our thoughts, we believe that to be a rational thought. Maybe you have different experience and you have a different opinion. My
simple thing is this. You're entitled to your own opinion,
whether
but you're not entitled to your own facts.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Facts don't care about your feelings.
That's my favorite saying. I'm going to put that up on my wall right there. Right there.
I'm gonna nip this one too, just as one last...
shift gears, buddy. Shift gears.
I'm not going to shift gears. I want to say one last thing.
Oh, okay.
This whole, backwards compatibility and the whining and complaining about it, you know what? I grew up playing video games long before many of you viewers were alive. I'm just saying. I played since like 82, 83 on my Atari 2600. No backwards compatibility. It was one of the first ones. Nintendo. The NES.
What is backward compatibility to a notepad?
It's one of those card feeding machines where they used to program like that. The NES. The Nintendo 64, Nintendo's lineage, which everyone's like, oh, Nintendo, like they treat it like Apple. It's like the god. no backwards compatibility. No one was whining about that stuff. It seems to be a major whiny issue now with people. This entitled, like, I want everything and I should get this and I should get that. I'm like, you know what?
I want it now. I want it yesterday.
Start a company where you got thousands of people online. Your job is to make money. Your job is to not only make money for your company, but for all these other developers that are, you know, independent, making games, and they've got employees and they're trying to make a business of it. You know, think of it from that perspective rather than just yourself. That's all I'm saying. So the next thing that I want to talk about, this sort of stuff drives me nuts once in a while. Only because sometimes I just don't get it. And maybe some of you can fill me in. Maybe Meaty, you can fill me in.
No, I'm not sure. I think we're going to have to rely on comment section for this one, but go ahead.
Okay, so in the news, I follow Hey, holler, faller.
Howdy, fella.
I follow you. Twitter moments, okay? And we'll get into that too, but I follow Twitter moments, and they always talk about things that are trending and going on in the world or whatever, like that people are chatting and spatting about on social media. And apparently there's a Chick-fil-A coming to Toronto. It's the first Chick-fil-A that's actually going to go outside of the United States, and it's coming to Toronto. Now you have one. When I visit you, you have one there. And I see it, I'm like, so what is that? Like, why are people so crazy? Why is it always wedged in there? Why is it so busy there? And I'm like, what do they sell? And you're like, chicken. I'm like, what? Like chicken sandwiches. I'm like, why are people going crazy over chicken sandwiches?
Yeah.
Like grilled, and like you were like, oh, it's like, from your knowledge, it's like healthy.
I thought it was healthy. I figured it was skinless, boneless.
I checked the menu. They've got crisscross cut, whatever they're called. You know those
fries?
The fries. So they got fries. They got breaded, deep fried chicken, and they got grilled chicken. But I'm like, who cares about that? Like, and then you said people are like, oh, I love the taste of it. Or it's chicken. It's the least flavorful meat you could possibly eat. Pork way more flavor.
In like
steak
all kinds of seasonings for it to really taste good.
You know what? When I like a chicken sandwich, I like a spicy chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, spicy.
That's because chicken. You know, when people say it tastes like chicken, you know why they say that? Because it's so bland that it could literally be anything else that doesn't really place. Yeah. It's the vanilla of meats.
Yeah.
So what's with this craze? And it's gaining momentum, dude. Even though you said you tried it like years ago.
I tried it, I want to say 15 years ago in downtown. Like, I barely went to downtown. LA is not like
to downtown
New York,
LA,
right?
Dude?
New York, the big buildings are everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, in LA, the downtown where the big buildings are, that's not where everything is. It's spread out. But one time I was in downtown LA, and in the base of one of the skyscrapers was a Chick-fil-A, and we had lunch there.
Yeah.
This was like 15 years ago, and
you're like, oh, the chicken sandwich is so good. I can't believe
like, I was hungry. It was okay. Nothing stood out to me. One just opened up here.
Yeah.
And from the second it opens to the second it closes, the drive-through is all the way out blocking intersections. The parking lot is jam-packed full. It overflows into the Carl's Jr. parking lot. And I'm like, are they sprinkling heroin on the chicken? Because there is some kind of Kool-Aid action going on here.
I like the hallucinogenic chicken. It's amazing.
Now, look, I had some misconceptions of the place, and I can't really, I don't remember the reference to it, but I was totally wrong in who the ownership of this place was. I thought it was someone else, but it turns out they must be really religious because they're closed on Sundays.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and they were also in a lot of trouble with the LGBT, whatever that thing, LGBT community. So they get a lot of flack from that. But
so it must be like religiously owned or something?
Yeah.
Which in this day and age
it is closed on Sunday. It's closed on Sundays, really?
It's closed, yeah. It's closed because that's the only day I can drive through to get to Sprouts without avoiding their drive-through line. It's like ridiculous.
But here's the thing. I don't get it. It's chicken. I'll get a chicken sandwich. I don't care whether it's a grilled chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A or a grilled chicken sandwich at McDonald's. Don't tell me that there's some sort of difference. I don't want to hear anyone. I don't care what you say. If you tweet me, if you do any of that stuff, I'm like, oh, you don't understand, man. The bread is so fresh. The chicken's so good. It has like this flavor. Unless they're injecting it, like you said, with heroin, it's freaking chicken, man. It's chicken. There's nothing there. And you know what? I'm not falling for it this time because I fell for that crap when I tried Chipotle for the first and last time. The only time I tried that place. And,
oh my god.
Dude, what is with the Chipotle thing, dude? I went there, I'm just saying, as far as like, I had Mucho Burrito, Qdoba, Casada, all these other like fast food, not really Mexican places. I didn't mind that stuff. But but everyone's hyped up like, Chipotle for life, man. You see all these streamers, you see all these YouTubers talking about Chipotle. I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say anything, no bad words, but it's crap. Chipotle sucks, man. If you think Chipotle is good Mexican food, you don't know Mexican food. And I barely know it, but I know that ain't it. That stuff, I don't know how you feel about. Have you ever had Chipotle?
Look, I have an issue nowadays because of a couple of things like this with bad information being spread on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Okay, look, if your favorite YouTuber likes something or they do something, you don't know, they might be sponsored by this or something, because there was some big streamers and big guys that always talked about, oh, I'm ready to stream, I just had Chipotle's life.
Yeah, they seem to always mention it. What the heck is that?
I tried it. Now, I might be unique to a lot of people, but not unique to a lot of people, right? The people who come from Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, Southern Texas, they know good Mexican food, right?
Yeah, because you're really close to the border.
I am just gonna say this, you guys. I tried Chipotle once. It wasn't even average.
No.
To me.
No.
It was not good. It is not good Mexican. Now listen, if you live in Minnesota, okay,
in the middle of
and Chipotle might be the kick butt Mexican place in town. It really might. But what I'm trying to tell you guys from an honest point of view here, from someone who has a Baja California Mexican food, Central Mexico food, down in Mexico City, Tex-Mex, you know, all the way, you start getting into Guatemala, El Salvador, all of that, okay? That Chipotle is not even, it might as well be, you know, rocks.
Chipotle is not life, people. Don't get sucked into it. Just because your favorite YouTubers are eating it, don't go like, oh yeah, I love it. You're just going to look like a knucklehead.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid, you guys. Look at what this world needs so bad right now is for people to stop being sheep.
Think for yourself, man.
In all aspects.
Yeah.
Their opinion becomes your opinion. All right.
Love it.
So we have two ends of the spectrum. We have these people that their opinion is fact, truth, nothing else matters. And then we have the other end of the spectrum where their opinion is whatever your opinion is. We need more people here in the middle, you guys, that have their own opinion, that are flexible, that are willing to open in awesome dialogue, because there's nothing better than to have a honest, healthy dialogue with someone who has differing opinions than you, because you know what? You yourself, if you're an honest person, will always learn something from that dialogue.
I always say that when you said that, just to interject, I always say, if you want the truth, if you want to find and you want to be that person that's right all the time, then be willing to be wrong. You have to be wrong. There's so much based on information. Maybe what you have and collected for that time to form that opinion, that's it. But if you gain new information that contradicts that, don't hold on to that thing like it's like, it's my opinion. Just say, you know, maybe I was wrong. Let it go, man. Be fluid in your opinions, man. Be willing to be wrong.
Do not let pride get in your way of success, you guys, and knowledge and intellect. It's like, oh my gosh, these just the ends of the spectrum with fixed, my opinion is law, no matter what. It's law, it's fact. And then these people over here, I have no opinion, I'm a sheep. Whatever your opinion, I follow you blind. You know, it's just going to town, because that's what this Chipotle thing reminds me of, because some popular people talked about it. And again, maybe where they're from, it's the best thing. So
maybe it's the only thing.
What you need to do is do what I did. I'm like, oh my God, these guys talk about Chipotle like it's golden. I got to try this place. I went and tried it. I'm like, that's crap. All right, I'm good to go. Right? I'm not saying that their opinion is crap. I'm saying compared to the options that I have where I live in Southern California and now in Arizona, I have glorious options of Mexican food.
So you Chipotle, basically ruined me. You ruined me for
Chipotle's
Mexican.
not on the list.
No.
Yeah, Baja California. This one's for you for ruining me.
Yeah.
I can only eat El Pastor and Carnitas and carne
Oh,
asada.
El Pastor, dude. That is my favorite. I don't know if you guys ever tried it, but you got to try it. And
Your
don't
mouth
go.
will water.
You got to go to a place where they're the Mexicans, you know, they're Mexican in the kitchen and they don't speak English. I don't care if they speak English. I will point to it. I know what it looks like. That's what I want. It's the tastiest.
All you have to do is know a few words of Spanish.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones to go to.
Yeah, give me 2 of those.
A few flies in there, that's good.
And
no, it is. It is. The best places have a little bit of flies because, you know,
it's hot.
It's the best.
No, I'm going to have to disagree with you on
you
that
guys
one.
go down to San Felipe, sit at this wooden shack right on the beach, order a case of Pacificos, and eat nonstop fish tacos. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
I speak from experience.
I always think about that stuff.
Rosarita Ensenada. Oh, whoo. Those are the good old days back before the drug wars.
Just know, the bottom line is, if you think Chipotle is great Mexican, maybe you like it and it's just normal, you could probably make the same burrito at home using whatever ingredients you got in your fridge. It might be the best
option for you, but
we get that. But it's not. Chipotle is not life. Chipotle is life if you don't have a life. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, in terms of that, I know. I'm just messing with you guys. You're like, oh, that's just my opinion. Man, that's fine. We all have wrong opinions, remember? So what I want to talk about, too, it's a kind of a segue into this, is Twitter. Dude, social media, influence on everyone else.
Influence.
But more importantly, it's into what's happening with Facebook. I don't know if you guys know about this, and I actually was talking to Meaty earlier about this, and he's like, something about Facebook losing you said $7 billion at first. I'm like, I
think it ended up being $1 billion or something.
Yeah.
In one day.
So I looked online, and apparently they lost $109 billion overnight, like in one day. By closing $109 billion, the single largest loss of any company in the United States history of the stock market.
That happened yesterday or today?
Wednesday. So it closed at that. It lost 19% of its value. Zuckerberg lost, what was it? I think it was 16.8 billion. Personally, he lost
billion
16
with a B.
With a B. Almost $17 billion he lost that overnight. All because they were like, hey, listen, it's not going exactly where we thought we were going. But you also mentioned, too, you looked into that, and you said it just rippled across all these other stocks and stuff.
Well, the NASDAQ, what it did was, so you figure you have all these stocks in the stock market. And the NASDAQ, it actually hit the NASDAQ, this one company, affected the percentages and rippled the whole stock market by one company's
especially the tech industry, like Intel, all those other places just got destroyed. But here's my thing, and it was based on, I was reading articles on it, and it said, oh well, you know, it happened because they didn't produce the results that they wanted, and they were showing a stagnant to a decline in its active user base, with a projection for the next half of the year to be even worse. And I have to say something like this, because Meaty and myself, you know, being on YouTube and trying to promote things, we have always felt, and we've always been told, oh, social media, and get involved in Facebook, and get involved in Twitter, and get involved in Instagram, which is the newest Twitter, I guess, but with pictures. But Facebook is declining, and I'm like, I don't understand Facebook. It's still huge. It's $510 billion. It fell 109, still $500 billion. But I'm looking on Google Trends, and it's declining. Like, I don't know, maybe people got tired of snooping on other people. Like, I don't get it was like family photos, or, hey, look, let's see what our high school friends were doing now, or let's watch the disaster.
Well, it's another one of those social media platforms that was designed to do one thing, but morphed into something completely different.
Yeah, wasn't it just Facebook was like about connecting with people? You had to
be in college with a college ID to get on Facebook. So it was designed for inter-college type communications, is what I was told. But then at some point, that stopped. Now, when we started and when we got involved with YouTube, and when everyone was like, okay, let's set up a Facebook account and this and that. So we didn't set up personal pages. We set up what they call fan pages. Yeah. And that's the way we were told to do it.
Yeah.
So on our
But I was late to the game too, though. I think
on
I
our
was
fan
late to it.
page. You don't accept friends. You just have your
followers.
subscribers,
There's
your
people
viewers.
that follow.
They just like the page, and and that's the way that page works.
Yeah.
But in the last couple of years, I am inundated with multiple notifications from Facebook.
Yeah.
Here, suggested friend requests, like
You want to hook up with this person?
I have 0 friends on Facebook. I have
True in real life.
19,000
He rents
followers. Yeah. So I don't understand Facebook. I haven't put the work
dude, I was
into it.
hesitant to go on there. You know why? When they're like, "Oh, you got to get involved in Facebook." I'm like, "What? I'm not a soccer mom. I don't care what's going on. Like, I'm not taking anything of your. I'm like, "Hey, what's wrong with being a soccer mom? I love it. By the way, I've got to go and take my kids." But like, I just didn't understand. For me, it was like something my wife used. You know, she's like, "Oh, look at this," and look, she's sharing pictures of this. It was almost like you're snooping. You're just nosy. And you wanted to see what other people are doing. You wanted to see the drama. Oh my God, look what she looks like now. I'm like, come on, man, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care about what's happening.
You know, I hear things like businesses, instead of getting websites, they would run their business from their Facebook page.
Yeah, go to Facebook. Go to Facebook.
This is how you order stuff through Facebook. It's like instead of getting a website, they ran it through their Facebook. And then Facebook was like allowing all kinds of stuff like that. And then they turned around and stopped allowing different things. And they've really flip-flopped through the years, which affected you and I not at all. Because we use Facebook like it's supposed to be to put information out there, and if people care about what you're doing, they can go there and see what you're doing.
I was always confused.
Sure that's what it was all about.
Yeah, I was confused. You know, I'm like, I don't know. Do I put videos on here? Should I link to my YouTube? Oh, by the way, that became useless because what happens is this. I'll tell you from a YouTuber standpoint, Facebook is crap. Is crap because if you put any link to a YouTube video, Facebook will suppress it. But the same thing's happening with YouTube. You know, they don't want any external links.
Well, everybody is like circling their wagons to protect their little thing. Facebook wanted to do Facebook video and live streaming,
right?
And so they don't want their name. And then, you know, YouTube wants to do YouTube live streaming, so they don't want to see Twitch's name. So now YouTube's attacking anybody who puts Twitch on there. Yeah. And it's okay, this is what we're talking about, you guys. Do you see how we're jumping around and getting to all these things? Number one, there is way too many social media platforms.
My God, I know.
Okay? Now, maybe at your age right now, you think, what? What are you talking about, Meaty? What are you talking about, man?
That's because you're like,
this. There's nothing wrong with having like a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, they had Snapchat and Pinterest and LinkedIn and
Snapchat's going down a little bit. People still use it. They still use it.
Right. But it's just like overwhelming. And then people are using these platforms not necessarily for what they were designed for, but as they start to grow, it's like Twitter says, "Oh yeah, we do this, but maybe we could do video." Instagram is like, "Okay, you can post pictures from your phone. Only your phone." So then they say, okay, you can do 10-second video. All right, we're going to open up IGTV, Instagram TV. Now you can do videos uploaded, but the catch is only in vertical video.
Yeah, but you know what? And Instagram doesn't. It's not. It's supposed to be your phone. You capture your phone moments. But you know this too. And I have to say, I've been guilty of this a couple of times, where you take a picture. Not with your phone. I use my 5D Mark III. DSLR. I've used my $5,000 camera. Yeah. Taking pictures. Went into Photoshop. Yeah. Did what I had to do. Yep. I emailed it to myself so I could access it on my phone, and then uploaded it to Instagram. Like boom. Like wow, your phone is amazing. And you know what? Most of those professional sites, they don't use their phones. They're doing exactly what I just did. All that's bullcrap.
All of my pictures are with my cell phone. Yeah. And usually driving at 80 miles an hour to catch a lightning storm or something. But that to me, and again, this is my opinion, and I'm pretty sure I'm in the minority on this one, because most people either don't care or think, what's wrong with that? Well, it was designed to be Instagram. Yeah, phone, picture, look at this.
Share this moment. Look at this. Look at this.
Now you get these guys like, oh my God, have you seen so-and-so's Instagram? Yeah. It's almost like you think that they're taking epic photos with their phone, but they're not. They got $10,000 worth of equipment. Yeah. They take a picture.
It's
they
business.
Take it into
it's no longer you and I. It's like YouTube. It's gone away from you being the thing to big studios. Kind of even like what YouTube's doing as well a little bit. Let's not bash on that, but they're doing that. But Instagram is not this like, hey, I'm going to share this moment with some people and share it in these cool moments, these cool pics that I just got on my phone to, here's mass production, here's this newest product we have. Like it's been bastardized by capitalism, by the need to generate, instead of its essential purpose, which was just sharing moments. But that's the same as Twitter, man. Twitter, I'm just saying, Twitter sucks. Twitter is a heartbreak. I adopted on Twitter long before I had a Facebook page, and way long before Instagram. You know, it keeps changing. They keep adding these things. But, you know, Instagram, I kind of understand why it's getting popular. By the way, Instagram is climbing and soaring right now, growing in attraction. Twitter is dying. It is dying a much quicker death than Facebook, and Facebook's obviously way bigger. But as fast as Twitter came on, it died. And I think there's reason. And it's, I know it was a really blunt statement, but Twitter sucks, man. It's the second, like if you follow, say, 100 people, and I see people, I look at their follows and they follow a tremendous number of people.
1,000.
Yeah, easily. So if you follow someone, if I only tweet once a day, which I don't, I blab all the time, and I'd like to be able to get away like what you've been doing lately. Me. I honestly, like when you did, I'm like, you know what? I may take a Twitter vacation here because this platform sucks. The second you tweet something, within 5 minutes later, if you follow that many people, and even I don't even follow that many people, but I see that within 5 minutes, it's buried. And just like in YouTube, people don't go back. They don't go back in the history. They're just like, what's on my screen right now? Oh, look, another thing's on my screen. They're constantly being distracted by this constant feed. And although I'll tweet something, it gets buried in minutes. And unless you specifically go to my page, my Twitter profile, you miss everything. It's one of the worst setup things ever. I just think it's, you know, even when I had, at the peak, dude, at the peak when I had like, you know, maybe 50,000 active people, it never went anywhere. I never got that many likes, interactions, or anything like that. Versus, like, say, okay, so now it's at. I think actually they did a clean out too, by the way. I don't. I know you never checked.
I'm down.
But, okay.
I'm down to like 60,000.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same thing. Yeah. So whatever. They could probably
down from 2 million.
Listen, they could cut it down to like 200, I think, and that would be more accurate. But with 1,000 followers on Instagram, I get a tremendously larger response. And I have hardly anyone following there, versus even when it was active, I never got that many. The way it's set up, the way it's there is just crappy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I keep it because it helps me in business. It helps me, like, companies take notice. When you tweet someone and they check and they say, oh, he's got 70 some odd thousand followers, they're like, ooh, we better respond because it might look bad. You know, like, because I'm a crusty, complaining kind of guy. I know that. You guys know that. Media knows that. Shut up. So when I do something like that, I get a response. When I share something, even though if they looked at it, there's hardly anyone responding. There's hardly any likes or anything like that. But it's like this tool that I think companies and businesses are confused by. They think it's something that they need to do. But I would say if you're starting a business, either go Instagram, YouTube, and maybe even Facebook. I get even more responses. Like I have 13,000 followers on Facebook, which I don't even know the last time I did anything on there. But I guarantee you, if I did a post on all three, the same post, I'll probably get the most on Instagram, then on Facebook, then on Twitter.
Well, we tested that during a Can We Survive trip.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, with pics. You're right. We did do that.
We sent out something to Twitter and the exact same thing to Instagram. And at the time, I barely told anybody I had an Instagram. And it doubled my Twitters. I mean, I'm talking to like 100 people on Instagram versus 60,000 on Twitter.
Twitter sucks,
I had more interaction on Instagram than I did on Twitter.
Like, I don't understand. I actually legitimately don't understand the appeal of Twitter. I only continue it simply because I've done it for so long. Because I have these followers, because I interact with some of you guys, and you guys know that. And I know many of your names, but I'm like, the whole point of me opening a Twitter was for business purposes. And from a business side of it, it sucks. It's so ineffective. I could tell you that a video was up. Like if I was doing my vlogs, you know, with that many people, maybe 10 of you go over there and check it out. What is the point, really? You know, they're like, oh, those 10 people, you're not appreciating. Shut up. 10 people overall from 50,000 to 70,000 is, from a business standpoint, is pathetic. It's a waste. It's a waste of energy, man. It's a waste.
I can tell you this. Here's a little insight into Meaty. If I didn't do YouTube at all, if I just had my job that I had for 20 plus years, I would have 0 social media accounts. I wouldn't be on any of them.
Yeah. I was never on.
The reason why I do it is to interact with you guys. And because of that, it's brought a new, light to my eye saying, hey, this is cool. This is a good way that I can actually interact with these people. Some people have a legit question. Yeah. Some people just want to say hi. Some people, whatever it is. And I'm able to see it, right? Yeah. But now I've got, like I said, I've got Twitter. I've got Discord. I've got Instagram, Facebook. But my biggest problem I have with this whole thing is at the beginning of all this, I committed, and I even told people, look, Twitter is my platform. Yeah. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. Twitter's where I'm going to focus on 100%. I didn't even open an Instagram account until this year.
Yeah, because I think I was like, Meaty, you really got to get on it. It's really like, blah,
yeah,
blah,
I'm
blah,
like,
blah.
what?
Like, huh?
So I had Facebook, but the only thing I did with Facebook was it used to have an app where I could, anything I did on Twitter would send it to Facebook on.
And that doesn't work half the time.
It won't send the pictures. If I take a picture, like of myself, it won't send that tweet over. Yeah. And a lot of times it doesn't like to send over the video upload for the day.
Yeah, no, they hate that, dude. I'm telling you, Facebook, unless you pay, they're not sending it out.
I used to have it to where then I started getting active on Facebook, and I would send it from Facebook to Twitter, and it stopped working. Yeah. So they stopped working, and then one day it sent from Twitter to Facebook, Facebook to Twitter, Twitter back to Facebook, and it like the apps went into a revolving door.
Wait, is this new? Send it quick, send it. Oh my God, it's new.
So for me, very, very, very upsetting to me that fast forward here.
You spent all that time.
8 years later, that I spent all my time on Twitter, and I have like nothing to show for it. Yeah. I could put out a tweet and it gets instantaneously buried. Yeah. It's buried. Now, here's the way I use Twitter, you guys. I don't use TweetDeck and all whatever else.
Which I use. I use TweetDeck.
Yeah. I know you use TweetDeck, right? Yeah. Okay, so I usually use Twitter when I was working on my phone. Yeah. Okay? And when you hit Twitter, it comes up with all the tweets that I made first. Okay? Right. And then I go to the mentions page, the @ page. That's where if someone goes, @Meatwagon, I love your videos. @Meatwagon, why are you so fat? @Meatwagon, why is your face so big? Things like that, right? So I would go, and as soon as you come in, it showed there's my tweets. I would go to the mentions page, which is what you guys are sending to me, and then I'm off Twitter. I could care less on the other feed, which is where you guys would see my tweets. Yeah. That thing is going like this. Yeah. And I follow businesses. I follow some game developers. I follow some businesses.
And it goes so fast, dude. So fast.
And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I put a tweet out and it's gone. Yeah. A couple of you guys will catch it. Yeah.
Like unless you're on your phone at that moment in the first whatever number of seconds that it happens of either, most of you just miss it. You miss it. You follow too many other people.
It hurts my soul that I committed to Twitter.
Yeah, so much time. I'm the same way, dude. I'm like, you know what?
If I would have known, and it's not even being a fortune teller. If I should have been a smarter YouTuber and had an Instagram account. Yeah, because most YouTubers did. I was stubborn and I was wrong, you guys. I'm telling you guys. Yeah, I made a mistake.
I was completely wrong. People like images, though. Let's just be honest.
I love images.
It's not just you can type something, but it's all about images, dude.
That's a good point. Yeah. Here's what started Instagram for me. I would take a picture, whether it was my fat face or my Jeep or a tree or a cloud, and I would put it on Twitter. I'm like, and I knew that would go to Facebook. Yeah. Then Facebook stopped accepting those from Twitter. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, this sucks because when it goes on Facebook, it's this giant picture. It looks so good. Yeah, yeah. So I said, you know what? I think I asked you. I asked a couple other people.
Instagram
Like,
is connected to Facebook. Yeah.
Because it's connected to Facebook. So I opened one up. I took a picture of my fat face and I said, connect to Facebook. And there it was. I'm like, glorious.
Yeah, easy.
So that's why I started it.
Yeah. And it's way more effective. It's way more effective than Twitter. You get way more comments, more likes, and for a significantly smaller following. Instagram.
I'm still, you guys, if you follow me or if you're going to follow me, I am still learning. I'm going to invest some time into learning how it works. And what I mean by that is that I don't spam people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to figure out, do I follow people? How do I know people can DM you on there.
Yeah.
I got to figure all this out because I'm not quitting Twitter. Twitter is still automatically gets up stuff from the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I always communicate on there, and I'm always going to.
Yeah.
But for deeper social interactions, it looks like Instagram/Facebook, that connection.
Way more effective.
Is going to allow you guys to see the content that I want you to see.
Yeah. And not just that, though, dude. Like, from a business standpoint, if you look up any of the statistics on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook is going down. Facebook is a Goliath, though. It is still huge. It dwarfs Instagram.
It's too big to fail.
It dwarfs everything else. It's just huge. But Twitter is already declining. People are losing interest in it. It's not just us. It's not just, like, oh, well, I use Twitter all the time. Twitter is already, people are like, probably based on what we're saying. Instagram, however, is going the opposite direction. Instagram is still growing, and I get it too, though. I like pictures sometimes, and you can add things. You can say the same thing that you can do on Twitter, but it's like, yeah, you're gonna say that, but we want a picture. And people like pictures, man. They like to look at stuff, whether it's your stupid food or your Chipotle.
I was sitting here just before I started live streaming, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it, it's like video. I'm like, oh, okay. It says hold this button. I'm like, hey, what's up? 10-second video.
Yeah, done. Publish.
And it went on Instagram. It, of course, went to Facebook. Facebook sent it to Twitter.
Yeah.
Because of my little app connector, right? My
best
widget
one
or
to
whatever
use,
they call it.
Instagram, man.
So, no, now I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I didn't realize it was 10 seconds, so it kind of cut me off, but that didn't matter. So when I was done, I went onto my Instagram, I'm like, oh, dude, it's auto-playing looping that 10-second video.
Yeah.
And it says archive. I hit archive, took it away, which is what I want for like an announcement type thing.
Oh, really? It can go away?
I just archived it. I was told...
I thought if you archived it, it would keep it. That doesn't make sense to me.
No. Archive meaning like put it on the back burner.
Oh, okay. Take it off the...
I was told this, though. That the way that those 10-second videos work, and I don't know this. Maybe we could try a test where I put one up or you put one up. I'll look at it. I was told that once you look at it, it's like Snapchat. It goes away.
Oh, yeah, the videos.
So for me, looking at your video, once I saw it once... it would be gone, which is what you want on that. Then you've got IGTV if you want to do vertical video.
Not exactly the same as Snapchat, though. It is still in your list. Like, they could go to your Instagram channel and see it. But what happens is, it's way better than Twitter, is that while they haven't seen it, it will continue to signal them and say, hey, you still have something outstanding from this person. It will, if you post something, dude, it stays on the top of their mentions until they click on it. Until they click on your thing. Like, if they follow you, that is not going away until they click on it. That is way better than Twitter, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, hey, there's still something here. You know what I mean? Like, you want to check it.
I see a responsibility, too, with that. My responsibility I see with that is that I am going to do everything I can to make sure whatever I put there is, one, not spamming, and two, important for what it is.
Yeah.
It might have been a one picture from this weekend that I went up to the forest.
Yeah.
Right? It might be a quick little, announcement or whatever it is. But I can respect the platform, right? If the platform is going to say, look, this person followed you and they follow 20 other people, okay?
Make your content good.
They're going to get they committed to getting notifications from you, so make it good.
Yeah,
I looked at a couple of people that I actually enjoy watching YouTube on. They're like filmmakers and stuff, and they have really big Instagram followings. They do not spam their Instagram.
No.
Maybe one photo a week, some one every couple of days.
Yeah, I'm spamming on Twitter, but I'm spamming on Twitter because, again, exactly what we said. I'm just like, you know what? The second it's there, maybe the people that are following the conversation are like, God, shut up, guns. You know what I mean? I know I post a lot on there, but I'm like, it doesn't matter. I can do like 10, 20 posts in the day, and it's not gonna. People are like, hey, they ignore. They have no idea. Even if I said something 5 minutes ago, and I get this all the time. That's if I tweet 5 minutes later on something I already tweeted about, and it's related. They're like, well, why don't you try this? And I literally just tweeted about that. I'm like, oh my God!
See
like,
it because they
don't check.
The way it works.
They don't check. It's gone. It's gone.
The one thing that I do really like about Twitter, though,
what's that?
And the reason why I'll never stop using it until it implodes.
You like the color blue?
I like blue. Someone will make a meme of me, right?
Yeah.
Or they'll make a collage of pictures of me.
Yeah.
And it goes to me, and then I'm like laughing my butt off, and then I can say, OMG, retweet.
Yeah.
And now I get to take what that person did and show it to everyone, and now everybody's laughing because it's funny.
Yeah, I don't think they have that on Instagram. I don't think they can share it.
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. Like I said, I need to research that. And like I said, but I'm going to be as respectful as I can on that platform.
Yeah.
Because again, I appreciate the commitment to say, you know what, I'm going to limit myself who I follow so I don't blow up my notifications. And so I'm going to respect that. But on Twitter, that's the one thing I do love about it. And the way that I use Twitter, again, like I said, is I only look at my mentions because I don't care what the rest of the world is talking about. I care about what you guys are interacting with me. And vice versa. And I love when people do weird memes, whether it's me or it's a funny meme with like a caption or whatever it is. It's hilarious. There's some pretty funny people out there, man.
Yeah. You're funny. You're a funny guy.
You're funny looking.
What a funny guy. Yeah, so I think for me, the bottom line is, and maybe input to you if you're starting something, and whether you want to grow a YouTube channel, a Twitch following, whatever the case may be, in terms of those social media platforms, honestly, as it stands right now, I would heavily focus on Instagram over the other two. Facebook is going down. It's still big, yes, but you can feed your Instagram to your Facebook. Do what Meaty says, though, and that's a very good point. Because it's very different and because it stays there. You're not going to get buried like you are in Twitter. Be selective. Like for me, I am actually selective on Instagram. I don't.
Be professional.
Yeah, just post. I was going to say tweet, but that's not it. Post on Instagram. No,
if you feel like doing that, use the correct platform. If we're going to have all these platforms, okay.
So many.
If we're gonna have it, let's have them. But let's say, okay, guess what, you guys? If you're hyperactive and you love use Twitter. More, right? But have the others. If you want to do that, that's what we're doing. Like if I want to go retweet and that's Twitter. Now if I want to say, oh, that was an awesome picture of that lightning, Instagram to Facebook, right?
Did you get a recent picture of lightning?
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, dude, I look at the Instagram, dude.
What? I didn't know that. I knew that was way too specific. I was like, did you take a picture?
It's such a great anecdote. You got to hear this story.
Oh,
it's monsoon
time, kids. Sit down.
Monsoon season here in Arizona. Yeah. Thunder, lightning, big storms. Okay. So I'm sitting here, and the house is shaking. Flash bulbs going off outside. I go, you know what? I got my this camera out, the 80D's out there, rolling. I got 2 GoPros out there rolling, and I'm looking at the back of the screen going, pitch black, pitch black, pitch black, flash bulb, pitch black, flash bulb. Like, this is not... I went out there with my phone.
Really, your
Samsung S7 Edge. It's a couple years old, right?
I think mine's an S7 too.
But it's good. You don't need the most modern one. The S7 Edge is a good phone. Great. I like it.
Hey, on the side note, what's your Instagram? What is
Chris X Vlogs?
Oh,
all
Chris
one
X
word.
Vlogs. I was totally wrong. There's so many meat wagon. Chris.
I know.
Keep going. Keep going.
Well, I want it to be more like me, not necessarily the whole meat wagon name, but Chris X. You know.
Ooh, 1,100 followers.
Oh,
there's your lightning.
You see it?
Yeah. Let me see if I can show that. Hey,
dude, that was taken with my phone.
Dude, I'm just looking at here. The last person who had liked your photo was actually my sister.
Yeah,
dude, Wadsworth Andrews
me.
is my sister. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was taken with my phone, not taken into Photoshop or Lightroom or anything. That was literally me out there with my phone in pitch black, and then the sky lit up, and I caught that purple. It was like,
dude, it looks good.
Rain, baby.
Purple rain. You're a fan of
dude.
Prince.
It was so cool. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Right after that, one like that cloud was out that way.
Yeah.
One went off right over my left kind of shoulder.
Yeah.
It was so loud that it was like, boom! I felt it on my chest. It scared me a little.
You were like, whoa, yeah, but
because
you're from like Cali.
Perspective, you guys. Barefoot in water, standing out there with electronics, taking pictures of a thunderstorm. And by the way,
hold up a golf club too.
Well, here the lightning hits the ground. It's not like up there. It hits the ground. Bolts all over the place. It's like when I was a kid. I lived in the middle of America. It was the same thing, but the bolts hit the ground here. They're not way up there. That's why it scared me because I thought it landed in my backyard.
Nice though. That's good though.
True
You use it and you use it. I think it's way more effective though. I think
that was with my phone, and again, that's that's kind of how I thought it should be. But I get the whole professionalism thing too. Like, if you took an awesome picture, not intending it for Instagram,
but you're like, oh
my god, this is an awesome picture,
and I get it too.
I do get it. I'm not going to discount hard work and professionalism because I believe in that.
Yeah,
I don't believe in sly, crooked behavior. Okay, so if someone's just being a pro, awesome, more power to you. If someone's trying to trick you into thinking something different,
I took this on the fly. You're like, shame on you. Yeah, that's awesome though. I think I don't know. There's so much to talk about it though. I think
we could go on and on about it, but that's really...
Yeah, and there's one thing, though, I want to mention. It's not happened yet. We're still sort of, it was a little slow on the news front this week. And I'm trying to still figuring out what to talk about because I want to make it something that you and I, media, are interested in talking about during podcasts and stuff. And not just gaming either, something that's relevant, tech or something that's happening in the world.
Life, man. Yeah. Life is interesting, right? Because we're all of our... things are different, so it's interesting.
And Meaty's also looking, so don't think it's just going to be me. It's just I'm used to doing it, so we both thought, I'll start it because I've been used to doing it, back in the gun shop days, and I'm very comfortable doing it, and I don't mind doing it, and I like talking because I don't shut up. But Meaty does have plans on doing his own thing. Well, not his own thing, but related, like tech stuff or something. Whatever catches his eye, he's going to talk about. But we're getting there, people. We're getting there.
All right, you guys. Well, that's going to do it for our second episode of the You Always Win podcast. I actually enjoyed the lighthearted, kind of open conversation that we had today. That we're not bound or fixed by anything, you guys.
No. So we're learning. We're learning too.
Learning. The format can adjust and change all the time. Sometimes it's good just to sit back and talk about things, and that's what we did today. I had a lot of fun. Now, you guys are going to want to look and make sure to look for different links and stuff. Go down in the description because we are going to be uploading these podcasts in audio form to some different places. The information should be there. And related articles from earlier in the week when big, good news topics do appear, you're going to see it. And we're going to be looking for your comments still to bring it on this show. So you guys, thanks for watching or listening wherever you are.
We'll
see you guys next time.